Hello again and welcome to this new chapter in which we're gonna have a look at the different trading sessions, when we should be trading, what is our trading window, when is the best time to be taking trades, and of course which pairs should we trade, which are the best pairs, which pairs I would recommend you to focus on, which are my favorite of course, and I'm gonna share with you as much insights as possible. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, again, the trading sessions. Determining your trading window is really dependent, of course, on where you live and your lifestyle, right? So what I mean by trading window, this is the time that you are trading. Okay, so that is the time that you completely dedicate to only being focused on the charts and taking trades, right? So mainly there are two sessions that you would like to focus on, and those are namely London and New York session. And I'm sure that you know that those are the two most volatile sessions, again, especially if you are a day trader, an intraday trader. Then you definitely, those two sessions are your best friend, because this is when the market moves. This is when it creates the big intraday moves, right? The big move during London, for example, and then New York could either be a continuation or a reversal of that move, but more details about that a little bit later, right? So basically you want to focus on those two sessions. Not that Asia is too bad, but you will often have a consolidative behavior of price. It's gonna be slow, it's gonna be not moving at all, especially on pairs that have nothing to deal with Asia, right? So if you have Aussies, NZDs and JPYs, that is perfectly fine, because most of the times they create nice moves, but more on pairs a little bit later. So here we have actually the three sessions, the three main sessions: London, New York and Asia. As you can see, London opens at 8 a.m. GMT and closes at 4 p.m. GMT, so make sure that you convert all of those timings to your time zone as well. New York opens at 1 p.m. GMT and closes at 9 p.m. and when it closes, actually Asia opens at 9 p.m. GMT and closes at 7 a.m. GMT, and this is 1 hour just before London session opens, and this is actually Frankfurt open, just right there. And this is actually Sydney and Tokyo combined, which actually comprises the Asian session. So make sure you are aware of those timings right there and that you know in which session we currently are. Okay, so again, a little detail: it's always good to trade within the first hours of the sessions open. All right, so for example, if you're trading Asian session, London session, it is always good to focus on 8 a.m. to, for example, let's say 10 a.m. And this is basically when I trade. So I trade from 7 a.m. GMT all the way to 10 a.m. GMT. So I trade for about 3 to 4 hours per day during the London session window, right? Because this is when the most volume will enter the market and you will have the biggest moves at that time. So me as an intraday trader, I will try to get in and get out in around an hour, or maybe even, not an hour. Sometimes it's an hour if it's a scalp trade. We have a strategy about that as well. But most of the times I will be holding it for a few hours, maybe even during New York. And my trade is gonna either hit take profit or stop loss during New York, or break even, of course. I rarely hold trades overnight. And another detail is that the London to New York overlap is a great trading window. So it starts with the New York session open while London is still running as well. So basically when New York session opens, you have another great window to be trading. This is from 1 p.m. GMT. London is still running, and then you're gonna have another burst of liquidity, a burst of volume during that time. So again, your task for now is to determine your trading window. And again, as I already said, when are you free to trade? When can you dedicate your time on trading? It could be just for an hour, it could be 2 hours, 3 hours. Again, it depends on how much time you can spend on your charts. That is going to determine what kind of trader you are. Again, we already spoke about that, but right now you have to determine your timing. Okay, so as I said, personally, I would recommend you to trade at the beginning of each session. I would recommend that you do not focus too much on the Asian session. So if you live in Asia, then I think actually London Open or something like this, it's pretty nice, but it's around your evening. So as you can see, 7 a.m. then London opens, but this is probably around like late in Asia, probably China, Tokyo as well. And we have a lot of members from Indonesia as well that are staying late nights to be taking those trades. So again, you have to figure out what works best for you, and of course write that down in your trading plan. That is your task for this section, right? So this is the trading sessions. Let's have a look at which pairs should we be trading.